Greetings, dear precious, magnificent, divine being that you are, right there where you are. You are whole, complete, and perfect, and nothing is missing from you. And you're good enough, and you always have been good enough, and you always will be. My topic. What you don't use, you lose. Okay. How you take back all your powers is you have to start using them. 'Tis amazing to me when you ask someone, well, do you play a musical instrument? Oh, no, I don't know how to play. I can't play. Okay, fine. You ask somebody else, well, oh, do you ever do any artwork? Oh, no, I'm not an artist. I can't do anything. Okay, fine. Well, have you ever done sales? Oh, no, I can't sell anything. Okay. All right. How about your intuition? No, I have no intuition. I have no intuition at all. Okay. Okay. Then you ask someone, just someone sharing with you, I don't have any loving relationships. I don't have any loving relationships. Oh, okay. Person goes on, and they'll tell you all the things they can't do. And they can't do it because they're not doing it. That's all that it is. And here's another. The popular thing is to put yourself in a cell, like an apartment, condo thinking, or a boxed-in mentality. And so, like, for instance, it's so popular for people to say, oh, what's your sign? Your astrology sign. What does that have to do with me? Oh, no, what's your sign? Everybody, what's your sign? You have to do it. It's so popular. Well, what does that have to do with me? I'm not my sign. No. There's patterns there. And the sign, I can't tell you everything. Here, I give you stuff, but come on. Serious students who work with me, they get the whole thing. But you can't, only because you got to have the information or knowledge of where it comes from and how that operates, so you get the full picture of it. But what you don't use, you lose, because it's atrophied. You're just not doing it. And with all the beliefs that people have that they don't have it, they're also comparing themselves continuously to someone who could be a professional artist, a professional singer, a professional musician, a professional salesperson. All of anything a person, you might say, I don't have any loving relationships, nobody loves me, they always disappoint me, and all of these things, is because you disappoint yourself, really. I told my daughter Suzanne once when she was little, she was complaining she was bored. And I said, well, honey, it's because you're boring. And she said after that she was never bored again, because she realized if she was bored, it's because she was boring. There's always plenty of things to do and something to focus on. So that changed that for her, just one little thing. So what you don't use, you lose. And we can do anything, and that's one of that I'm so grateful for my teacher, Haridas Shastri, one of my main teacher. When I studied with him in India for 4 years, and before that, but personally like that, and his teachings, which is not, he didn't make it up, but it's the teachings of the great souls that have left that knowledge for us. It's, this, what we're going through right now isn't our first rodeo, it's not our first time. It's repetitively. That's what do they call that deja vu. It's because you did it before. It's a cycle. It comes back around with the same script. So that astrology is basically your script, like numerology. That would be your script where you fit in the filing cabinet in the computer so that it can be dialed in and clicked in, and we could know your DNA and your blood type, and we know this, and we then can anticipate what you're going to do and how long you're going to work and how much money you're going to pay in taxes, and if you're going to be trouble or you're not going to be trouble, because we don't want, we want everything all contained in this filing cabinet. So what happens is when people, or they'll say, well, my family, nobody does that. Or they're so quick to say, I can't do it. I don't know how. I'm not able to do it. How about this one? I can't cope. I just can't cope. Well, it's all in the mind. It's all the mind. That is the first Hermetic axiom. This reality, it's all the mind. And you're not the mind. God is not the mind. The mind is not God. It is a thought. It's thoughts. And thoughts are words, because you think in words, and you were taught words, and you were taught language. And basically, we're intuitive, we're psychic, we have all memory of whoever, whatever we've done, wherever we've been. But that memory gets erased for so many people, but they don't dig deep enough to get it because it's still there. And that's in the memory bank. But to actually stop yourself from being so quick to say, I can't do it and I don't know how, you can learn. And you can learn from people who already know. You can learn you get a book from it. You can learn by basically just confronting it and being with it. And like I have my piano at home, and it's tuned to 432, which is the harmonious sound, because you want harmony. And your words are music, really. They're sound. And the tone you have of your speaking, all of that goes to manifesting this outer reality. It's like you take a look at the things you say you'd like to do. Well, I'm too old to do that. Well, you don't have an age. And look at if you take the word ages backward, it's sagas, it's sages, it's sagas, it's stories. Ages are stories in the time and space game that people have been programmed through the history, through the culture, through the stories, through the family, through the education system, through whatever we find in the history books by the people who had the money and the scribes to write whatever they wanted them to write as if it was the absolute truth. Don't be believing all this stuff, because it's putting you in these reality boxes, these story boxes that tell you what you can do and what you cannot do when all is possible for you given who you are. And I find it's such an amazing thing how so many people don't want to know and be who they really are. They want to fit in the little box so they can be a success in that box, this little teeny box. And that's the reality, and that's what they're capable of doing. And then they have envy and jealousy for other people. They feel they're not good enough. They're competing. They've got this conflict. They got a war going on. There's always an enemy. Okay, and it's always this fighting. You don't have to fight your mind. There's no need to fight your mind. There's no need to fight your thoughts. You don't have to do that. Once you know and realize how it operates, you just don't go there. The mind can go blah, 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 blah. You go, go. And you come right back to your heart. You say cancel. I'm not choosing this. If your mind starts going, say cancel. I'm not choosing this. But it's work. And when you want to bring forth something, whatever it may be, a talent, an ability, something you've never done before. And in fact, what you could do is, like if you have a spiritual center where you like to go, volunteer to do things you've never done before. I had someone in my church in San Diego, and he volunteered in doing floral arrangements, and then he also then went into the floral business. He had never done it before. He didn't know he could, but where in the volunteer situation he could do it, he was good at it. He was a natural at it. Therefore, what you want to do is go into, open yourself to all your different talents and abilities and qualities. And don't say, I'm not that. You can be whatever you want to be. And you have all of these divine, godlike powers, abilities, and qualities. Find out what they are. And most people, they have no idea what they're capable of doing and being, because they're little robots. They're little parrots that all they do is, they're just little tape machines, CD players that just are broadcasting out there, blah, 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 what they've learned. So most people, they try and solve their problems from the knowledge that created the problem. Why would you do that? Common sense isn't common. It's lacking. And when you observe and you see it, and then there's going to be people that want to basically remind you that you're stupid and that you can't trust yourself and you don't know enough, because that keeps them in control. They can get what their way if they can make you feel like you're feeble, that you're not able, that you don't know the best thing for yourself to do. So they're going to make your rules for you. They're going to tell you that you have to have a doctor. They're going to tell you you can't diagnose yourself. They're going to tell you you can't educate yourself. They're going to tell you all of these things. And then when you go get a job, what are you going to do? You're going to be punching in numbers the rest of your life with little dee. Then you could just touch it on a screen, and then you could think it, then you could say it and what it is. It's all the mind machine. And it's over. We have all the information we need or knowledge about this reality, and it's very basic, that we have given our powers, our elements of earth, air, fire, water. Can you imagine people then, we own the water. That's an element. No, I own the earth. That's an element. No, I own the sound. You can't use that sound because that's my sound, and I own that sound. And then you can't have that oxygen. That's my breath. You can't have it. You have to breathe over here. This is my breath. You can't have it. You can't have it. These are our powers of manifestation and creation. They come from us. And the amazing thing, as I said, is that people will argue with that so that they because they believe they're not special. They've been told there's some course out there teaching nobody's special, you're not. Everybody's special. And everybody's unique and different and not equal to everybody else. We have the same quality, just like we breathe. Okay, our hearts function the same in the body. There's similarities in the similar as animal, but this is not an animal body, it's a divine body. But the mind is not an animal or a divine mind, it's an insect, hive mind mentality, letting you know all you can do is perform your job. All you do is sit on an assembly line and do this over and over. And then so everybody can buy the latest junk and crap and stuff being sold out there to then mine this earth for every possible kind of metal or thing or stuff and make it into something and sell it. For what reason? When what do you need? They even say with children, like you need just some sand, some bucket, some water. They'll play there forever. They play, creating. No, we got to have expensive toys move in here, and this got to have this move in here because my children have to have all this stuff. When they play in nature, and when they discover, and when they use their imaginations, and they're given that opportunity, wow! So, what you don't use, you lose, as if you don't have it, but you can activate it again simply with the baby step method. Like my 21 Days to Personal Riches program and course. And every day you do something in that direction of what it is you want to bring forth and manifest. Look at how far you'll be in 21 days of building the consciousness and doing the activity. Because like in playing the piano, how do you get good at it? Is you just keep playing it. And you don't have to play it the way people teach you to play it. You can make up your own rules and your own tune and your own style. Instead of, we're conforming into these story reality boxes and we're all the same. And you're all different. So take your power back and use it. And the more you use it, the more you trust it, the more you trust your intuition and your knowing, the more you trust your own guidance, the more all of these will become stronger. But if you keep trusting the false gets stronger, like, I don't know, I'm not able, I'm not good enough, there's not enough, they're better than I am, why start, going to lose it anyway. All of this kind of a thing where the mind is going on and on to limit you so that you do what the mind tells you to do because you've given it the privilege to be your God, and it isn't. Take your power back, breathe right into it now, and all is possible.